Misa felt bored from the very morning. She was tired of her toys. It was raining outside, and she did not know how to read yet. What could she do? Help Misa find her brother's room. Choose the small blue door. How great! Misa walked into her brother's room and saw him painting a picture, a little mouse in a flower meadow. What a beautiful picture! Show Misa the color of the sky. Pick the right pencil. Sky blue. How great! And what about the grass on the meadow? Green. Everything is correct. Do you remember the dress color of the little mouse in the painting? Orange. Everything is correct.
Teach me how to draw like that,
Misa asked. Her brother shrugged and agreed. To draw a flower, first sketch the stem. Then draw a circle that will be the center of the flower and a few petals around it. Add some leaves and the flower is ready. Let's help Misa figure out what makes up a flower. Assemble
Yellow.
the puzzle by putting together the stem, leaves, and petals. Leaf. Leaf. Flower center. Petal. 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 Just great! Misa, with her tongue sticking out in concentration, tried to draw a flower herself. Her lines weren't very straight, her circles weren't round, and her picture was not as beautiful as her brother's. Frustrated, she tore her drawing.
What a silly thing to do, drawing.
It's okay. No one gets it right the first time. Her brother encouraged her. Try again, it'll be better.
Oh, Yuri Snicky, you used the best pencils for yourself and gave me the bad ones.
Misa threw the pencils on the floor and walked off with her tail held high.
Oh, what else should I do?
Misa wondered, then suddenly heard music coming from her sister's room. Help Misa find her sister's room. Choose the small light. I'm proud of you. Her sister was practicing a dance. What a beautiful dance it was.
Teach me to dance like that?
Misa asked, and her sister agreed.
I'll show you some simple steps. Just copy what I do.
Help Misa follow her sister's movements. Place her on the shadows matching her poses. Clever.
1 step to the side, 2 hands up, 3 to the other side, and 4.
Misa got tangled in her own tail and fell to the floor.
What a silly thing to do, dancing. Don't worry, Misa. It will work out this time. I'll show you again.
Her sister reassured her, but Misa was already upset.
Of course, you've got those shows, probably special ones. Anyone could do it with shoes like those, but mine are just ordinary.
And off Misa went, holding her nose high. How boring. I wish there was something fun to do. Help Misa find her mom's room. Choose the big lilac door. Clever. Then Misa saw her mom dusting a bookshelf and rushed over.
Mom, teach me to read.
Mama Mouse was delighted by the request and happily agreed. They picked up an alphabet book and sat on the couch. Look, Misa, this is the letter A. Mom began. What words start with A? A apple, a apricot. What words do you know that start with A?
An envelope.
You know, Misa, your mom laughed. Envelope starts with the letter E. That's okay. With some practice, you'll get it.
What a silly thing to do, a reading.
Misa pouted and pushed the book away. Mom hugged her, but Misa started whining again.
Of course you've got glasses. They help you read, but my eyes are tired.
Misa puffed up her cheeks and turned away. Mom laughed. Glasses help. Well, here, take mine. Let's see if they help you too. Do you think Mom's glasses will fit Misa? Try on the clothes and accessories to find what fits best. Just right. Too small. Just right. Just right. Misa put on the glasses, which were way too big for her, and realized she could barely see in them. The world around her blurred like a fog.
Mom, how can you even read in these?
With these, I see just like you do without them. Suck magic glasses.
What if...
Misa leaped up and ran to her sister's room.
Give me your shoes.
She begged. Help Misa recall the dance moves. Build the first dance pose using the colorful shapes. Great! But no matter how hard Misa tried, the shoes did not work magic. She still had to dance herself. Then Misa headed to her brother.
Give me the pencil you used to draw.
Pick the pencil her brother used to draw. Sky blue. Red. Clever. But even with her brother's perfect pencil, Misa's lines were still wobbly, and her circles were uneven. Here, I wanted to show you something. These are my first drawings, her brother said, pulling out an old sketchbook. I made so many drawings before I got good at it, and you shouldn't give up, he added. Find 3 mistakes in the brother's drawing. Everything is correct. Misa saw that the very first drawing in the sketchbook was rough and clumsy, just like hers. To be sure, Misa picked up the torn pieces of her own drawing and laid them next to his. Put the torn picture back together. Great! She saw that the drawings were indeed similar, but equally imperfect. Then Misa grabbed a pencil and tried drawing a flower again. It turned out better than her first try.
Oh wow, well done, me.
Misa said modestly, then quickly encouraged her brother.
Do not worry, Yuri doing pretty well too.
Find a frame for each picture, place the drawings into frames by shape. Everything is correct. The end of the tale. Let's read some more. Click on the circle to read again or on the house to choose a new tale. In a vast forest by a crystal-clear river lived a little raccoon named Phil with his parents. Help Phil choose bright clothes so he can be easily seen in the forest. Wonderful! One day, Phil went with his mom to the river to wash clothes. pack a bag with Phil, only put in the essentials for a nature walk. Super! When they reached the river, they eagerly got to work scrubbing and rinsing the laundry. Everything on the riverbank was so fascinating: peculiar fish, delicate water lilies, nimble grasshoppers. A colorful butterfly landed on Phil's nose. Enchanted, he exclaimed,
What a lovely little creature.
Assemble the butterfly from colorful shapes. Well done! The winged beauty flew off Phil's nose toward a blooming meadow. The little raccoon jumped up and ran after it. The swift current carried away a shirt Phil was washing, sweeping it farther down the river. Seeing this, the little raccoon raced along the shore, trying to catch up with the rushing water. Suddenly, he heard a crunch. His paw was stuck in the mighty roots of a sprawling oak tree. Help Phil free his paw. Draw a line connecting the dots to untangle the oak roots. Excellent! The little raccoon stopped, pulled his paw free, looked around, and realized he was lost.
Mommy, Mommy,
He cried desperately. The sound echoed back to him.
Hello, baby.
Hissed a snake, slithering out from the roots.
Do not raccoons teach their little ones to stay quiet?
No, I was taught to call for my mom loudly if I get lost.
Phil replied through his tears.
Poor little thing.
The snake hissed.
Come with me and I'll show you some sweet berries.
What can Phil eat if he's lost? Choose the right option. That's right. Phil can only eat or drink what he brought from home.
I'm not hungry.
Smart Phil knew he had to stay in one place and wait for his mom, avoiding any forest mushrooms or berries.
Mommy, Mommy.
He continued to call out with all his might. The noise scared the snake, and it slithered away. How else can you make noise? Pick the loudest item in the backpack. The little raccoon pulled a white handkerchief from his pocket and tied it to a high branch.
Mom will see it and know I'm nearby.
He thought. Help Phil hang the handkerchief. Place the shapes
Circle.
in their spots. Triangle. Square. Well done. The shirt Phil had been chasing washed up on the riverbank, but Phil stayed put. He knew it was not safe to go to the river without his mom. Help Phil stay in place. Find all the forest creatures, animals, birds, and insects. Beetles. Facts. Spider. Caterpillar. Woodpecker. Hare. Squirrel. Just great. Son, came his mom's voice from afar. He just had to shout back and wait. Help Phil signal back. Tap the whistle when you hear his mom calling him. Phil, where are you? Phil, where are you? How great! When Phil saw his mom, Phil ran into her arms.
I'm sorry,
He sobbed.
I wanted to play with the butterflies and forgot I was supposed to be washing clothes.
Pick the sad raccoon. Where is the happy raccoon? And where is he scared? I'm so glad I found you, his mom said. I'm sure you'll be more careful now.
Of course I won. It ran off again.
Phil nodded.
And I'll help you finish the washing.
Connect the fireflies to light the way for Phil and his mom. Well done. They went back to washing. Phil handed over the clothes from the basket while his mom hung them on the line. Help the raccoons hang the laundry. Drag each sock to its matching pair. Clever. When they finished, they ran to the meadow to play with the butterflies. The raccoons laughed and had so much fun together. Find 2 identical butterflies in the meadow. Excellent. From then on, Phil made sure to stay close to his mom and never wandered away from her. The end of the tale. Let's read some more. Click on the circle to read again or on the house to choose a new tale.
In the savannah, animals have many important things to do, but playing is the favor, it pastime of all the little ones. Luckily, there's a special place by the Gaga Lake where they can play all day long. Little chameleon Print arrived at this very lake. A kind marabou bird watched over the little ones.
Try making a friend,
He suggested to the chameleon.
everyone here is very friendly.
Print watched a group of leopards playing tag and wanted to join them. But he was very shy, and whenever little Print got nervous, he changed color. Oh no, look, Print forgot to change his spats. Tap on each spat to color it like a leopard's.
Everything is correct.
Now he's covered in spats, looking just like a leopard. One of the cubs noticed him and said,
Are you new? Come play with us.
Happy little chameleon joined the game, but the leopards jumped so nimbly and climbed so fast that Print couldn't keep up. Who is running first among the leopards?
Everything is correct.
Who is last?
Everything is correct.
You're a bit strange.
One of the cubs said grumpily.
You can't climb or jump. Are you sick?
Print felt awkward about being so clumsy and pretended he was really sick. The cubs continued playing joyfully, and little Print decided to make friends with someone quieter. Then he saw a little monkey by the lake. She was admiring her reflection and painting her face with red, yellow, and blue. Where is the red color? Red.
Right.
Where is the blue? Blue.
And I'm proud of you.
Can you find the yellow? Yellow.
How great.
What about the green? Green.
Excellent.
Print liked it so much that he changed his color to look just like a monkey. The little monkey immediately saw him and said,
How beautiful you are. Let's do each other's hair.
Print agreed. He didn't know what this game was, but he was very curious. The monkey quickly hopped behind him and then exclaimed,
But you don't have any fur. Why are you so bald?
Print felt even more embarrassed and quickly tried to escape. How does Print look when he's embarrassed?
Right.
Print looked around sadly and saw a little flamingo. His feathers were already turning pink. Print liked that color so much that he became pink too. The flamingo noticed the pink spot in the green grass and called out,
How happy I am to meet you. Now I have someone to dance with. Let's see who can lift their leg higher.
Help little Print follow the flamingo's dance moves. Pick a similar pose.
Great.
Print tried to lift his leg as high as the flamingo, but it was too short and he failed. Once again, he felt clumsy and silly. Soon the little ones grew tired of their lively games, and Marabou called them to rest and listen to a story. The little ones found their spots to relax. The leopards climbed into the branches of a big tree. The monkey chose a shady spot on the ground. The flamingo stood on one leg and tucked his head under his wing. Little Print crawled on a rock, feeling sad. Place all the animals where they belong. Move the animals to their shadows. Monkey, flamingo, chameleon, leopard, leopard, leopard.
Excellent.
Marabou began telling the story, but something kept distracting everyone. A big fly zimmed from one little animal to another, tickling their sensitive noses and ears, buzzing nastily. Everyone joined the chase. The leopards were fast, but their claws couldn't catch the annoying insect. The monkey could have caught it, but she kept losing sight of it. The flamingo couldn't help at all. But it was easy for Print to follow the fly. His amazing eyes could see everything around him. He took aim and then shot his long sticky tongue straight at the fly and swallowed it in an instant.
So you're not a leopard?
The cubs asked, surprised.
We can't do that. And you're not a monkey.
Flamingos can't do that either.
I'm a chameleon.
Print said, suddenly the center of attention. The little ones chattered excitedly around him. Oh no, the artist forgot to color the little ones in the next picture. Can you help drag the right color on each animal?
Clever.
They all tried to stick out their tongues like Print, but nothing worked. They laughed joyfully, not worried at all about what they couldn't do. Print blushed in all the colors of the rainbow from joy. This amazed the little ones because none of them could change their colors like that. They were so intrigued that they spent the whole day coming up with different patterns for Print to change into, and he easily switched to each one. All day long, Print was filled with joy, and by the time he went home, he felt truly happy. It turns out there's no shame in not knowing how to do something. Everyone is unique in their own way, and our difference is our no obstacle to friendship.
The end of the tale. Let's read some more. Click on the circle to read again or on the house to choose a new tale.
Polly's parents shared the big news in the morning. Yuri going to have a little sister, they said. Are you excited? Dad asked. What do you think? Was Polly happy or not? Guess her emotion and pick the picture.
Super.
I'm not sure, Polly replied. I've never had a little sister before. Will I be able to play with her? Mom shook her head gently. She'll be so tiny when she's born. She won't be able to play just yet. Then I'm not happy. Why would I need a sister if I can't even play with her? Polly pouted sadly. Mom reached for a thick photo album on the shelf and showed Polly a picture. Look, you were tiny too, and Dad and I carried you everywhere in our arms. Oh no, some photos have fallen out of the album. Can you help put them back in the right spots? Match the pictures to the frames.
Excellent.
The album was full of Polly's baby pictures. She looked at the chubby-cheeked baby in the photos, unsure. It was hard to believe she had ever been that small. I do not have any teeth here, and here I do. Here I'm already building a tower by myself. Let's help Polly remember how she built that tower. Stack the blocks to make a tower just like in the picture. Cylinder, cube, arch, cone.
Clever.
Polly realized that her sister Walt would stay tiny for long. The idea made her smile. She decided to teach her baby sister all the things she loved: how to build with blocks, ice skate, paint pictures, and watch her favorite cartoons. Polly began to think of all the activities and games that would be fun to play with her little sister. She sat on her bed and got lost in thought. Wait, my sister won't sleep in my bed, will she? Polly asked anxiously. Dad laughed and turned to Mom. My dear, I think it's time we bought a crib. Polly's worried the baby will sleep with her. So the family went to a baby store. Mom, let's buy toys for the baby. I do not want her playing with mine, Polly said firmly. Sweetheart, she'll have her own toy. Zones for babies, Mom replied, showing Polly a bright rattle. Find all the baby toys in the picture. Tap on each one.
Right.
Like this, but it's so boring. It can't do anything fun. Then let's pick out a gift for the baby from her big sister to enjoy when she's older. You can choose it. Polly chose a train, the best train she could find. It lit up with colorful lights and played lots of fun songs. A great choice, Dad said with a proud smile. Help Polly build the train. Put the pieces together to complete it.
Everything is correct.
That day, Polly understood that her sister Wald would take away her things because they are not suitable for babies. She started to feel less worried about having a sibling. Time flew by, and one morning, Mom said she'd soon be going to the hospital so the doctors could help bring the baby into the world. Will you be okay? Polly asked, her voice tinged with concern. Mom noticed her worry and gave her a gentle smile. Sweetheart, I have an important task for you. I made this origami crane for you. she said, handing it to Polly. "Keep it safe until I come back, and you'll learn the most important secret." That night, Dad took Mom to the hospital, and Grandma stayed with Polly, gently stroking her hair. Polly held the origami crane tightly in her hand. Knowing Mom would come back soon, she fell asleep without even realizing it. When she woke up, Dad was already home, unable to hide his happy smile. "Get ready. We're going to see Mom and your baby sister." Polly did not need to be told twice. Help Polly put on her favorite pink shoes.
Everything is correct.
Mom looked happy and radiant. "Meet your baby sister," she said. Polly stared at the tiny, wrinkled face in wonder. "She's so little." "Can you point to the baby's nose?"
Well done.
But right now, the girl was thinking about something else. "Mom, I kept your crane safe. You promised to tell me the secret." Polly handed the crane to her mom, who smiled and carefully unfolded it. "The most important secret is written right here. Read it." Polly held the crane, now unfolded it, a note, and read aloud. "I will always love you no matter what." Tap the note to fold it back into a crane.
Excellent.
Assemble a crane from the colorful shapes.
Well done. The end of the tale. Let's read some more. Click on the circle to read again or on the house to choose a new tale. On a sunny forest meadow lives George the Hare. His friends simply call him Georgie. More than anything, Georgie loves hosting guests and munching on carrots. Today, he decided to invite all his friends over for tea with carrot pie. Help Georgie make invitations. Color the card. I'm proud of you. George picked the rye, pest carrots from his garden. Help Georgie gather all the carrots and put them in the basket. Right. He grated them finely, mixed up some dough, and baked a wonderful treat. Piece the pie together with Georgie. Wonderful. Then he gathered a bunch of fresh meadow herbs and brewed tea in a big samovar. Put the herbs into the samovar, a big tea kettle, to help Georgie brew tea. Super! When everything was ready, George set the table and began to wait for his guests. Help Georgie set the table. Match the cups to the saucers by color. Great! Everything was ready for their reception, but the guests still didn't come. He waited as long as his patience allowed, was so eager to enjoy the pie with his friends. Finally, he sat down and leaned closer to the table. The aroma of the fresh pie was irresistibly enticing. Georgie cowled, but held back and took a tiny bite.
Ease, what a delicious pea,
he thought. After another minute of waiting, George inched closer to the table and took a bigger bite. In the blink of an eye, the entire pie was gone, leaving nothing but crumbs on the table. Help Georgie clean up, sweep away all the crumbs. Well done! At long last, the guests arrived. Help Georgie open the door. Pick the right key to unlock it. How great! George grabbed his aching belly, then his head in despair.
What have I done? Now I have nothing to treat my friends with.
He turned to the animals and said,
I'm so sorry. I really tried to wait for you, but I just cowled. But hold out. No big deal.
chirped Squirrel.
I brought some floral. It's bake another pie. How about a berry one?
Suggested Hedgehog, handing George a basket of berries. Gather all the ingredients for the pie. Flip 2 cards at a time to find matching pairs. Super! And so they did. Together, they baked a delicious berry pie. Help the animals decorate the pie with berries. Drag each berry to its matching shadow. Clever! The animals sat down at the table, poured themselves some aromatic hot tea, and together enjoyed their fresh pie. Enjoy the pie with the animals. Tap your slice to take a bite. Well done! The end of the tale. Let's read some more. Click on the circle to read again or on the house to choose a new tale.
On the first floor of our house lives a cat named Fluffy with his owner, Anna. Anna loves knitting hats and scarves from colorful yarn, and Fluffy loves curling up on her lap and purring. Help the cat choose a hat to match the color of the scarf.
Clever!
One day, Anna wasn't at home, and Fluffy got very bored. He spattered some balls of yarn on the table next to the armchair, red, blue, and yellow, and decided to play with them. Tap on each yarn ball to help Fluffy find them all.
How great!
He rolled them all around the room, dotting and jumping left and right, while the yarn balls escaped in every direction. Catch all the yarn balls and put them in the basket.
Everything is correct.
First, the red yarn ran out, leaving behind a trail of tangled threads. Then the blue and yellow followed, each adding to the colorful chaos. Fluffy was having so much fun that he did not notice he had unraveled Anna's knitting, the hat she was making with the blue yarn.
help the cat fix this. Paint over the holes in the hat.
Clever.
After playing to his heart's content, Fluffy curled up and fell fast asleep. Soon, Anna came home and saw the mess her cat had made. When Fluffy woke up, he immediately realized Anna was upset.
I shall not have played with Anna's yarn balls.
He thought. Fluffy helped his owner untangle and tidy up all the yarn. Drag each yarn thread to its matching shadow by shape.
Just great.
Anna then knitted him a soft, colorful ball to play with. The next day, Fluffy decided to try his new toy. What can Fluffy play with? Pick the right object.
Right.
He spent the whole day chasing the ball around the room, thrilled with his new game. When Anna came home, Fluffy was so happy. He and Anna took turns rolling the ball to each other all evening. What other toys do Anna and Fluffy have? Find and tap on the toys in the room.
Привет. Мама.
How great.
Fluffy learned that he could play without making a mess and without bothering anyone.
The end of the tale. Let's read some more. Click on the circle to read again or on the house to choose a new tale.